Today inside of Diablo Immortal, I'm giving you an inside look into each of the skills of the Necromancer. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo, and I want to give you guys this inside look while the beta is still here for Diablo Immortal. Now, there are 12 different skills for the Necromancer as of right now. The 4 that I'm currently using are Command Golem, Command Skeletons, Corpse Explosion, and I like Skeletal Mage. These are going to be the first 4 that I demonstrate for you guys here today, but as we go through them, you will notice what they actually do. The Skeletal Mage skill is going to summon an immobile Skeletal Mage for 13 seconds that throws bolts of soul fire in a direction. Remember, keep in mind that every single skill that I'm using is modified with legendary gear. As this can happen with different legendary gear that you wear, different skills can be changed and they will be acting essentially as different skills. As I'm being attacked right here, let's take this thing out of here so that we don't die. There we go. Okay, that worked out. But we want to take a look at the other skills as well. What other skills am I running as of right now? We're running the Command Golem, which essentially makes a large golem come down and fight alongside me. Command Skeletons, which have 3 skeletons come fight beside you, but instead I am now having 1 large skeleton that's stronger and with more HP to fight alongside me, again modified by some legendary gear that I'm wearing. And Corpse Explosion, which is going to have the corpses of your enemies after they die from you killing them exploding, adding more damage to the surrounding live enemies. Now I have this one modified so that we have some little spiders come out of there so they chase down the enemies. Let's take a look at what these actually look like one by one so you could see, well, how they actually work. Let's start with Command Skeletons. Command Skeletons in action, boom, right here. Notice that my skeleton right there that's following alongside me is gonna do the spin attack and really is just fighting alongside me the entire time. Hit the button, it spin attacks on my opponent or the enemy in front of me. Next one is Corpse Explosion. Right, so notice there are a couple of these dead bodies, these corpses around me. You could hold down Corpse Explosion. It's going to make those rise and they'll track down the enemies, and you'll then be able to blow up on top of them. Let's see if we can demonstrate that one again. Notice my skeleton is still following me around as well, but here is the Command Golem. I could place where I want him to drop, and boom, he's gonna come on into the world. I have him modified so that he is now also burning the enemies as well, but he's going ham right there. We're gonna use the Corpse Explosion to go on after those enemies and finish them off. Worked out pretty well. Let's take a look at the Skeletal Mage right now, and it's going to essentially be a Grim Reaper that's going to fight along my side. Check out this Grim Reaper, just doing work on all those enemies, staying stationary. Typically, I'd be attacking, throwing more skills around it as well, but we're just watching the Skeletal Mage do that work all by herself. And again, Corpse Explosion takes all of that, boom, they're going to go explode on nearby enemies. Those are my first 4 and my current favorite skills to use for the Necro and Diablo Immortal, so let's look at the other set combinations as well. So now we're going to be testing out Bone Wall, which essentially puts a wall of bone in front of you if not modified. We have Bone Spirits, unleashes a continual barrage of bone spirits dealing damage. We have Summon Bone Spikes that erupt from the ground, of course doing damage as well, and Bone Armor, protect yourself from nearby allies with a shield of bones that absorb the damage. So we're going to test these ones out right now. Let's start out with Bone Wall. Bone Wall is simply going to put a wall of bone around the enemy so we can't get in there, and then I can just essentially keep myself safe, protected within the Bone Wall. Let's check out Bone Spirits. Here we go, a few enemies. We're going to rile them up and see what exactly Bone Spirits is going to do for us. It's really just like a wizard style skill. Check this out. It's just a long range spell that's wielded at your opponents, at the enemies. They're not really opponents because they're AI, so at your enemies. Boom, Bone Spirits doing damage from afar. It makes your wizard have a little bit of a necro. I mean, it makes your necro have a little bit of a wizard feel. Now let's take a look at Bone Spikes. Got a few enemies right here. Let's see what the Bone Spikes will do. Charge it up. It's a chargeable one for sure. Has an 11-second cooldown, so I'm just going to run these guys around for a little bit. And we're going to do it one more time. We're going to line them all up, and in 3 seconds, we're going to shoot them down with the Bone Spikes. Here we go. Charging it up. Boom. Takes them all, beats them down again. Bone Armor is going to protect me from damage. So let's get into a damage area. How about right here? And we're going to use it. Boom. We are now protected from damage. Are we taking any damage whatsoever? Literally taking no damage right now. So while inside of this, I could pop another few of my skills. We could use this and we could just get some damage, but it's going to allow you to essentially be invincible or close to it for a short time while you're using that skill. The next skills we're going to be looking at are Corpse Lance. We're going to take a look at Grim Scythe, Dark Curse, and Wraith Form. Wraith Form is going to transform into Wraith, gaining 50% increased movement speed and invulnerability for 2 seconds. Not typically the type of skill I like to use, but we're going to see how it looks. Dark Curse curses all enemies in the area, dealing damage to them over 6 seconds. We also have Grim Scythe, which is going to slash a summoned scythe, dealing over 2,000 damage to all enemies in front of you. And Corpse Lance, summon projectiles from nearby corpses that impale the targets. Kind of like Corpse Explosion, but done in a different way. Let's see what they look like. Let's start out with Wraith Form. All right, we have some enemies around. Wraith Form being used right now. It's gonna allow me to just kind of float around and, as you saw, be invincible for a short time. We'll do that one more time. Check this out. Quick, invincible, get away. So wow, there's a lot of enemies here. We better show off some more skills. Let's take a look at Dark Curse. Look at it. We're setting up the curse. Boom, done right there. It is allowing more damage to be done to those enemies. Again, not a direct damage skill. I mean, I guess it is doing direct damage, just it's not as impressive to me, at least not with my current legendary setup. But we better get out of here, heal ourselves up, and show you the next one before I die. We have a chest over here too. Let's grab that. Oh, it's a cursed one? We'll wait. Then we'll battle that. Grim Scythe. Let's take a look at what we got here. Nice scythe motion. Notice you have 2 uses of it before the recharge. Then you have to recharge. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hello. There we go. One more. Boom. That should take down the majority of them and give me some gold. Now look, we have some corpses. Is that going to allow us to show off the final skill, which is the Corpse Lance? Let's check it out. We're going to use the Corpse Lance right here. Boom. Corpse Lance literally makes lances or spears come out of the corpses and attack nearby enemies, similar to Corpse Explosion. So let's put these all together right now and see what we can do here. Gonna go with the lance. We're gonna go with the Corpse Lance. It's kind of fun, actually. If you combine that with Corpse Explosion, it could be kind of cool. I haven't played with that one too much, to be honest with you. We're gonna get ourselves out of here. I like that. We'll take the experience. I'm gonna come on with some regular attacks right now, just kind of doing these right now in full, like what it would really look like in a real battle, using them all together. Kind of fun. Maybe I should switch up my skills a little bit, although I don't feel that the build that I'm using right now is as powerful as my main, which we should switch back to right now. So I'm gonna actually right now go with this new Corpse Lance that I have never used. We're gonna use Corpse Explosion, the Golem, and Command Skeletons. We'll go with all of these right now. There was a cursed chest here, which we're gonna show a little bit of a battle from. We'll call on the curse and we'll see how all this works out. I want to see how the Corpse Lance and the Corpse Explosion work together in combination, in synergy. The problem with them is you need corpses around to be able to use them. I like that the Corpse Lances actually go out and target the enemies rather than have to be really close like the Corpse Explosion. Looks like we did get that chest. We got those rewards. We'll take this again. Yes, thank you very much. We take everything that we can get because we are scavengers of this world. And we'll show one more quick battle of what goes down over here using Corpse Lance and Corpse Explosion often, because when those corpses are there, you're going to want to take advantage. Now, my one issue here is I feel like when you have both of them, you need quite a few corpses around to actually have them give you that value. You don't really need both, in my opinion. So you would want to choose between Corpse Lance and Corpse Explosion. I personally like Corpse Explosion better because of more of a splash damage that you get from them. Although Corpse Lance is kind of cool. We'll try that again right here. Boom. Nope, they're all dead. So yeah, there's no more lancing to be done. And now we have our build back the way that we like it, with the Golem, the Skeletal Mage, and we have the, what is it called? The Grim Reaper popping out. And of course, Corpse Explosion to take advantage of all the death around us. In my opinion, it is my favorite build for the Necromancer. I'll show it to you guys again in one moment. because it's my favorite. And here it is, Corpse Explosion, and the gear that I'm using for it is Corpse Explosion now causes corpses to pull themselves to nearby enemies before exploding. Basically makes them a bunch of spiders. We have Skeletal Mage, that is my favorite, and now the Skeletal Mage is going to summon a powerful Grim Reaper, which I like. Then we have the Command Golem, which summons a Molten Golem, the Golem on fire. And we have Command Skeletons, which is now going to have one powerful skeleton instead of a few small ones that follow you around. But I did just get a piece of legendary gear. This shield is going to make my Golem, when dying, break into multiple Golem. So let's see what that looks like. I have yet to test this out, my friends. You are here with me for the first time. We're going to get that Golem. He's going to drop in. Is he still? He's still on fire too. Look at that. I want to see him get beaten up though. We got to see that Golem take damage. So I'm just going to kind of sit back and watch. Because when he does, he's going to explode into multiple small Golem, doing more damage, but then give more chance of protection for you. So here we go. It's about to happen. Jump. Oh man, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I like that a lot. Now, what would I be sacrificing though? I guess that is the real question, right? What do you sacrifice to switch that legendary gear? Oh, I was sacrificing my Skeletal Mage, now summoning a Grim Reaper. So without that, my Skeletal Mage is going to look something more like, well, let's go find out. I don't know that I'm willing to sacrifice that. We may have to get that into our build in another way. Let's see what it looks like without the Skeletal Mage. It's been quite a long time since we have not used her. So we go, we got some extra XP right here, boom. So that is gonna do that, not the Grim Reaper anymore. Boom, Skeletal comes in. Tough decisions to be made. What to do. I feel like I have to go with the stronger piece of gear, which is the one that I'm wearing right now, but we're going to want to pull that skill out of the gear so that, or that skill modification, so that I could use it at a later time. But just so you guys can see, this is the build that we're rocking right now, the one that I love, and we are going with Bone Spear as the primary attack. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown of the Necromancer and Diablo Immortal, and come back for another video very soon, because you know I got you covered. Make sure you sub and ring the bell. See you guys back here soon. Now be good.